Hello lads, ladies, gents, ladetts, whoever, whatever, welcome back to another video. Before we jump into things, I just want to say thank you to Mooncat Games and the developer of today's game, Gingham Games, for allowing me to play a special demo to share with you all. Now, it will have a publicly available demo soon, but I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware. Danchi Days follows a young girl named Hoshino who has recently moved back into her grandmother's apartment building. She lived there as a kid, and she is now on a quest to revive the neighborhood's summer festival, in which, if it isn't obvious already, this game is set in Japan, so be prepared for me to butcher the ever-living hell out of names. Initially, the game starts out with Hoshino playing with Ryo and her grandmother after a storm had hit the apartment building, which is also called a Danchi, thus the title of the game. Here, we get to see the different personalities of the three, with both Hoshino and Ryo being bright-eyed and easily excitable, while the grandmother is smart but a bit mischievous, shown to always be planning something. Here, Hoshino is taught the ability of sensing by her grandmother, basically allowing for Hoshino to focus on something specific, shown via small sparkles that she can collect while sensing, and once collected, they culminate in a minigame for you to play. Now, these minigames are nothing more than little puzzle minigames, but they require you to fill out a focus meter, while doing it in as few moves as possible. Fewer moves results in a higher star score, which will come into play later. Getting back into the story, we jump 7 years into the future and learn that the grandmother now sadly is suffering from dementia, as Hoshino and her father have moved back to look after her. If this wasn't heartbreaking enough, Hoshino is trying to get her grandmother to remember things, only to have Ryo show up and be an absolutely giant With her grandmother basically being completely non-verbal, Hoshino takes her home, only to have her father find a bunch of flyers from previous summer festivals, which seem to spark something in her grandmother's memory as she reacts to it. With this, Hoshino resolves herself to bring back the summer festival to help her grandmother remember. She sets out to get everyone in her neighborhood, aka the Danchi, to RSVP to the upcoming festival, setting off the core gameplay loop. For the most part, the gameplay itself is pretty simple, feeling like a Game Boy Color game in the best way possible. Effectively, this game is an adventure game, requiring you to talk to everyone, learn about them, find items, and help the locals in order to complete your goals. As you do this, you'll learn more about the history of the Danchi and Hoshino's grandmother, giving a lot of backstory, showing that this game has an absolutely metric ton of stories to tell. Just from the demo alone, you could easily spend upwards of 2 hours on the just 13 residents. With the full game aiming to have 100 people to invite, I'm sure this is a game you will have a lot of time lost to. Although the minigames are definitely something that will take up a lot of your time, the next most time-consuming thing will definitely be your time on the computer in the game. This is a little computer device that Hoshino has on her. This allows you to look up keywords, find new residents, and learn about the world around you. It's also made very clear that there is someone conspiring against the people within the Danchi, or at least the neighborhood as a whole, because they seem to be only sharing negative things about keywords that are related to those neighbors. It's a nice way to set up intrigue and make you want to investigate what is going on. Why does someone have such an issue with these seemingly lovely people? It makes me really interested to see where the story is going to go. To go back to what I said before about this game seeming like a Game Boy Color game, Danchi Days presentation is a breath of fresh air, going for a pixel art style that would definitely be at home on the console. However, I would say instead of being 8-bit, it's closer to a 16-bit aesthetic overall. The game relies on extremely bright and cheery colors, making it an absolute joy to look at. All the sprites and character portraits are great with just the right level of detail to them. Any more and they would feel too busy, but any less and they would feel a little lazy. I think they've absolutely nailed it here. The game's music also reflects what you're seeing on your screen, with a cheery, upbeat OST that has me excited for the full release. And even though I am praising the visuals, the characters, and the gameplay in general, it's not even the best part of Danchi Days, with, in my opinion, the best part being the game's writing. If you couldn't tell from my immediate hatred of Ryo after no more than 3 minutes of screen time, the game's writing absolutely sucks you in. It's more than just a story, or even the amazing dialogue between Hoshino and her neighbors. It's the simple things, the way she observes the world around her, from when she checks the fridge for snacks to noticing puddles on the ground. The game really captures that childlike wonder that I wish we could all tap into at any time, especially these days. With the game aiming for a full release in 2026, I for one will say this is probably my most anticipated game for next year at this rate, though it might be in for some tough competition with some of the other incredible indie games that I've seen coming up. If you are a big fan of casual laid-back games or adventure games in general, definitely have a look into Danchi Days and wishlist it on Steam. So with that, lads, ladies, gents, ladetts, whoever, whatever, it brings us to the end of another video. I hope you enjoyed this little sneak peek at the Danchi Days demo, and I hope you get to try the demo out for yourself when it is available. And if you do, come back and let me know your thoughts on it. I'm really excited to see this game develop, and I cannot wait for the full release. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like. If you want to go that extra step, you can hit the subscribe button, and if you want to go that extra mile, you can support me on Ko-fi, Patreon, YouTube memberships, like these lovely people here. Don't know why I said it like that. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Join the Discord. Stay safe out there. Bye.